So today we're going to talk about warranties. So let me find a good picture here in the background. Okay, let's go with that one. So I looked at the Peterbilt 579 yesterday, and the one of the biggest hurdles was the warranty. So I did get the Cummins Encore warranty to cover the motor, but I couldn't get a warranty on the after treatment system. It's kind of a big deal. The situation is that it's a used truck being sold by Peterbilt, or I'm sorry, being sold by Freightliner. If it was sold by Peterbilt, then I think I could have got the red oval certification, possibly. There's some minor distinction there, whether it's a Cummins motor or an MX Packard motor. I think the red oval applies more towards the Packard motor than the Cummins. But either way, you know, it is what it is. The dealership offered aftermarket warranties. These are the ones that you kind of want to stay away from. These are the nightmare scenarios that owner operators have. What happens is they got one of these aftermarket warranties, okay? Then they have a breakdown. And then they take their truck in for repairs thinking they got the warranty, okay? And there's typically a delay. So the guy will get a hotel room, the service manager will try to get the warranty, and then they'll wait on that warranty. I've heard guys that have waited 30 days to get a response from these aftermarket warranties. Okay, they have to wait 30 days, not making any money, to get a response from these warranty companies, and then the warranty is declined. So you can imagine, how much of a raw deal that is. You lost 30 days of revenue to be told no, the warranty is not going to pay. And the reason the warranty is not going to pay is because they see it as normal wear and tear on the truck. so here you got the warranty that doesn't pay, and they make you wait. So I don't think those warranties are worth the paper they're printed on. And of course, the dealership sells them. And in this case, they were selling a warranty called Assurance, Assurant. I don't know a whole lot about them other than they're in that category of aftermarket warranties. And whether they're good or not, they're kind of guilty by association, because other warranties in that group are True North, and like Premium 2000 Plus. Another one is Truck Master or something like that. These are all warranties you can get, but are they any good? I'm sure there are some people that'll say they're good, but there are also other people that will say it's not good. Now, by comparison, the Daimler warranty is excellent. Never had a problem with that Daimler warranty. My Freightliner had a problem, and I took it in, and automatic, warranty approval, automatic, no question. Didn't cost me anything for an engine component or the after treatment system. So I will say that's a big plus for the Freightliner, is the Daimler EN4 extended warranty. It goes all the way up to 7 years, 750,000 miles. That's a good warranty. So I was able to get the Cummins warranty for an extra $9,000 on the price of the truck. Seems a little high, but it covers everything on the engine, but it doesn't cover anything on the after treatment system. No warranty on the after treatment system. Would I still buy the truck? Yes. It's a little risk, but here's the deal. As an experienced owner operator, you're pretty financially strong. We're looking at a personal savings over $100,000. I have about $75,000 worth of credit available to me. Could I take on a major repair and still stay in business? The answer is yes, easily. I could do that. Not even have to take out a loan. I could do that. I would prefer not to, but I could do that. I would not recommend that for a new owner operator. New owner operator, you need the best warranty coverage you can get. So for a new owner operator at Crete, they would buy a Crete truck and it would come standard with the truck, the Daimler EN4 warranty. That's great. That's perfectly fine for a rookie owner operator. That is recommended. That is the way to go. But for me, this is my third truck. Been an owner operator for 10 years. Finances are very strong. I could take on a little more risk. You know, um, is it possible that I would have to price the one box? Yeah, it's possible. That could be anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000. If that even happens. Same thing with the DEF system. That could easily be a $10,000 repair, if it even happens. I would think the DEF system, like a knock sensor or a DEF pump or a DEF metering unit, would be the thing that would most likely have a breakdown before the one box. And those repairs are typically less than 10,000. So you could buy a crappy aftermarket warranty that probably is going to fight you on the claim for $14,000. It's not even worth the paper it's written on. Or you just wing it and say, I'm going to run without the warranty. I'll get the Cummins warranty on the motor, but I'll take the risk on everything else. The truck only has 355,000 miles. So, you take your chances. Chances are, probably 50-50 that you could run 2 years without a major breakdown on the after treatment system. The one box, for example, on my 2019 Freightliner, I mean, it never had a problem. And I sold that truck with over 600,000 miles, and the guy who's still running it, it's going on 700,000 miles, still hasn't had a problem with that one box. It did have some DEF issues, but those were covered under warranty. So I would be paying out of pocket for DEF issues on this truck, on this Peterbilt. My first Freightliner, the 2012 Freightliner, I was over 1 million miles before the one box went out. So, this truck, this Peterbilt has 355,000 miles. I'm fairly confident I can run 200,000 miles on this truck and not have a one box issue. Pretty confident about that. So, why pay $14,000 for a crappy warranty that's going to fight you? Probably not even going to use it. And if you do have DEF issues, they're typically going to be less than $10,000. I just pay out of pocket for that. I'm at that point in my development as owner operator. I can afford to pay for those truck repairs. And when you put it in the context of the truck as a whole, you look at the truck and the entirety of the truck. It does come with a Thermo King Tri-Pack APU. Those aren't cheap. Those could easily be $15,000. I'm getting a grill guard installed, a new refrigerator, and with the Cummins warranty. So all that for $89,000. I think that's a pretty good deal for a truck with only 355,000 miles on it. I'll end up putting $20,000 down, so I'm only going to borrow $69,000. My truck payment's only going to be about $2,100 a month, and I'll have no required maintenance account, no speed limiter, no strings attached as far as being able to leave Crete if I want to. So there's a lot of positives about buying the truck. Now, the one negative is no warranty on the after treatment system, at least not yet. I could shop around and I could see if I can buy something reasonably, but again, if the cost of the warranty is too high, then you may as well just go without it. If I could find a warranty for the after treatment system, but it costs $10,000, then it's not worth it. Because if I ever used it for the one box, for example, the one box probably only going to cost 20 grand. So I may never even need it. So it's kind of like, why pay for something you're not going to use? Just take your chances. That's what I'm going to do. I could be totally wrong about that, but I've been in worse situations financially with my other two trucks, I didn't have warranty and I didn't have as much money saved, and I still made it. So I don't really see it becoming a showstopper. It's not going to stop me from buying the truck. I think if you're a senior owner operator and you got deep pockets, you can run without the warranty. Get the warranty on the engine, the Cummins warranty on the engine, but you can run the truck without the warranty on the rest of it. You just take your chances. It's risk and reward. No risk, no reward. You know, um, a rookie, I would not recommend it for. It's too much risk. But a senior owner operator, perfectly comfortable taking on that kind of risk. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the internet.